Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of the webinar series, What Virtual Space Are You Building for Your Business? I'm your host, Stefan, and I'm here today with my colleague, Phoebe, who you can speak with via the chat on the right-hand side of your screen. So please say hi and let her know if you can hear me and if you can see me. And feel free to ask her any questions throughout today's talk. And she'll collect all of them and then make sure that they get to me for the live Q&A at the end, where I'll try and answer them. So episode 3 of the series, we're talking about the retail industry and more specifically how to build an online retail store or showroom. Now, online business, selling online is not something that's new. It's been around for a long time. But in the last two and a half years, it really has skyrocketed. And I think that virtual shopping is something that we all do probably almost on a daily basis now. But one of the other things that has been a topic of conversation is the experience online. So what I mean by that is, should we just give people a web page with a bunch of products, hundreds, sometimes even thousands to scroll through, or should there be something more immersive? That is sort of the question. Now, in today's talk, what I'm hoping to achieve is to sort of give you an understanding of the possibilities, what is possible when you're thinking about building a virtual experience, a virtual store, or a virtual showroom. And number 2, what to actually think about when you're doing that. What are the tips and the things that you should be considering when you're building an experience online? And that brings me to the first point, the first question that you should probably ask yourself when you're trying to build this, and that's, what are you hoping to achieve with that online experience? And the answer, there are not really any wrong answers there. There could be a variety of things. You could say, hey, I just want to sell. I want to have a space where people can virtually walk through, see my products, click on them, and buy immediately. That could be a reason. Another one could be, if you have a physical showroom or a physical store, or maybe even a chain of stores, say, hey, I want to create a digital twin. Now, I'll tell you a bit more about digital twins in a minute. Basically, a replica, a virtual replica of my physical space, so that people can see what they're missing, or to try and drive more traffic to my stores, or even just online. It could also be engagement. Maybe you say, hey, my bounce rate, the bounce rate on my website is actually quite high. They're not spending that much time, so they're not seeing everything that my business or that I have to offer, the value that I can offer them. So I want to increase engagement. All of these answers are valid answers, and there are probably 100 more that you can give. But the answer will help you with building the showroom. It will help you what kind of experience you're looking to create. So an important, very important first question. In today's webinar, I'm going to share my screen for most of the time, and I'm going to show you 3 different samples, hopefully, with 3 different kinds of experiences, and I will highlight different things in each one and tell you how to get there, how to basically create that experience specifically with our platform. Okay, now when you're thinking about building a virtual showroom or a virtual store, there are essentially 2 ways of creating that. And I already mentioned one, which was a digital twin. Now what that means is, if you have a physical space, you can go in with either a 360 camera or your smartphone, even a smartphone, to basically take 360 pictures, various depending on the size of your store, and then turn that into a virtual walkthrough to show people what that physical space looks like. Let them experience that environment. That's option number 1, and I will show you. That will be the first sample that I show you guys. And then number 2 is actually have a complete 3D rendered environment. Now the beauty of that is that, well, it's not a physically or an existing space. But the beauty there is that you can be as creative and you can make it as big or as small as you want. Even if you have a physical space, you can make it bigger because you have more products to showcase, or you can even make it smaller. Say, okay, I have a very big store. Actually, I want a more cozy space. All very much depends on, again, what you are trying to achieve there. All right. Okay. So let me share my screen, and we're going to go right into the samples, and hopefully, give you some good ideas of what is possible. Again, feel free to ask Phoebe any questions, and if anything happens related to the audio or the video, I'll look to my right every once in a while, making sure that it all still works fine. So give me a second, and we'll get started right away. All right. So. Okay, I think you should all see my screen right now. All right, just checking with Phoebe. I think it should all work okay. Yep. All right, so as I mentioned, this is the first sample is an example of a digital twin. All right, now what you're seeing here is an introduction video. All right, basically introducing the store. It could be anything you'd like. All right, whether you're building a 3D environment or an actual captured space, this could be a great way of introducing your store and telling people how to navigate, or just generally a branding video, whatever it is that you'd want. Now, I'm actually showcasing you a store here of Louis Vuitton. All right, a captured store. But I can hear you thinking, well, Louis Vuitton, that company is enormous. It's huge. I don't have the budget that they may have. Don't worry. I think 75% of our clients are actually small and medium businesses. And what I'm showing you today, everything that I'm showing you today doesn't require an enormous budget. Actually, you'll be shocked by that. So don't be afraid by the fact that I'm showing something that is a Louis Vuitton store. It's just a sample. You can easily do this for your store if you're a smaller business. All right, so here, the first thing is obviously this is a 360, and this is actually captured with the smartphone. So this is already a perfect example. It doesn't require a very heavy equipment or a high-end 360 camera. Some 360 cameras are actually quite affordable nowadays, but you can even do it with a smartphone, and you can see that it actually provides a wonderful quality already. Think about it, your smartphone is actually probably already a device worth $500 to $1,000 with a camera in it. Okay, so we can look all around, and you see all kinds of stuff going on outside of the fact that the things in the store, so the clothing, and here you see little GIFs popping around that kind of give a sparkle, a highlight, things that you wouldn't be able to do in the physical store, and virtually you can make all of that stuff pop. Now, when I click on one of these clothing items, a pop-up window will show up with more information. All right, and again, here it is important to figure out what it is that you're trying to achieve. Now, obviously, in this particular sample, I can directly buy this product by clicking on the Buy Now button. I have an image, I have actually a GIF there, a title, a description, a price. This is all up to you what kind of pop-up window you would want to display. Something like this is possible, but if I would go here a little to the left and click on this one, you'd see a bigger pop-up window with more images, more information, various buy now buttons. So it very much depends on the type of information that you're looking to display in your online store. What is it that you want people to do, right? What is ultimately the call to action, all right? This can also be a PDF file, or it could be a website, an embedded website, basically with an order button directly, all right? Basically add to cart, essentially. So very, very, very easy to do, and offers a really, really nice, really cool experience. Now I'll move further into the store to let you guys sort of experience. If there's a little bit of delay, don't worry, guys. It's just because I'm sharing my screen. We're using another software for today's talk. So we are happy to share these samples with you afterwards if you'd like to explore them yourself. So again, here now I'm further down in the store, and I can look around, and all that information. So also the videos that you just saw and the videos that are displayed here are added by you. So all that information can be added by you. So this entire experience, even though it looks great and you might feel, okay, I don't know if I'm technically capable of doing that, everything you see, the capturing, the editing, you can do 100% yourself, and it doesn't require any technical skills. All right, I can do it, which means that you can do it 100%. Okay, great. So this is the first sample that I want to show you guys. Now let's go to the number 2. All right, and this is actually also a fashion showroom, but it is a 3D rendered example. All right, so again, if you say, okay, I don't really like my store that much, or it's not big enough, I have more products to display, then a 3D version would be a really good, could be a really good option, a really good idea. Now, what we're looking at, it takes a couple seconds to load, I think, guys, so just give it a few seconds. What we're looking at right now is a complete 3D environment. And the first thing that you'll notice is if we actually move forward, I can essentially click anywhere I'd like. If we move forward, you see that we're sort of gliding through, right? We're not zooming out and zooming back in as if we're going from picture to picture, image to image. This is like a full 3D model, so I can go wherever I'd like, and the experience is sort of gliding through here. Now, what you noticed, I think it's just simply because of the loading that we're now not really seeing the green screen videos. Oh, here we go, they're coming back. Yeah, great. So one of the other things here that is really cool that you can do in this 3D environment is the green screen videos. So other than just seeing products and me alone walking through, right, in basically an empty looking store, now I have green screen videos with the models there on the stands showcasing products that you might be selling in your store. So something really, really cool. Now I'm just moving a little further down, and I want to show you guys, basically the same idea of what I just showed you regarding the tags. The tags are the pop-up windows or the videos or everything that you see. So again, the videos, everything that you see here, all of those images, all of those products have been added with the platform. Now, another important thing to mention here is, okay, do I have to build this 3D environment? I don't have the capability of doing that. Don't worry, we have a ton of templates that you can choose from our platform Market Space. So I'll ask Phoebe to send the link to Market Space. You can actually explore a bunch of templates, all right, galleries and showrooms and stores and any type of space really that you can find there. And they are ready to go. They're ready to be used to start editing, all right? So that's important. If you want something specifically customized for you, we can also help with that, but there are ready to go templates where you can create an incredible experience. So here we got some products, and I wanted to show you this because this is a sort of a different type of tag. I like this one personally a lot. I find it very elegant, with the image on the left. Besides that, it's not just one image. I can scroll through a bunch of images here, all right, which is very nice. And I have, again, title, price, description, and besides the buy now button, which is fully customizable. So if you'd like that to say inquiry or call or something like that, you can. There's also the possibility to have an additional video here next to it. And instead of opening up in a new frame, you would see that directly within your store here, right? People won't actually leave your store. And that's an important point. Anything that you create, any online store, doesn't require an application. Also important. People don't have to download anything, all right? They simply, everything you create is a URL link, which you can easily share via direct message, put it up on social media. You can embed it on your website, right? So that you've got people on your website, they're engaged in the store, they can potentially order immediately there, or go to a different page to find what they're looking for, but at least they're not leaving your page, right? That's a very important point here. And the same idea here with the videos. We don't want to get them go to YouTube or Vimeo or something like that. There's a high chance that they'll never come back. Okay, very good. So here another sample. No price, no specifics regarding the product, but more of a product story here. So you can be creative, and again, think about what you're trying to do. But it is a really nice, really cool experience. Personally, I like the idea of a 3D rendered environment simply because of the creativity that it affords me, that it allows me, right? It's absolutely fantastic. Okay, now number three. Number three is something different. It is a bit more, I would say, let me just check real quick. Yeah, I think we're all still good. Okay, this is more futuristic, I'd say. So what we're seeing here, and it takes a little while again, is the use of full body avatars. Now I can imagine you're thinking, we're talking about retail, but showrooms, why on earth do I need an avatar? You're right, in some cases you probably don't, but there are other instances where an avatar could be really nice and really cool. So here we go. Yeah, so, sorry guys, just give me a second. Here we go, okay. I apologize, I thought that was turned off just now. I hope it didn't scare you. Okay, we should be okay now. So the full body avatar, all right, this could be useful, for example, if you have a specific event on a day, the opening of a virtual store or a physical store, the launch of a new product or a new product line. You know, avatars, the key of avatars is that you can actually connect and communicate with other people in the same space, right? So you need to make sure that there are other people there. Now, if you're a store owner or a brand owner, you have your own company, I can imagine that you don't have someone virtually there all the time that is capable of answering questions of other people that are there with their avatars. So, you know, choose specific times, choose specific events, right? As I said, a product launch or the launch of the opening of a new store, for example, they could be really, really useful. If you've been with iStaging for a while or you've joined some of our other webinars, you know that we actually have avatars available already, but not the full body ones. They are basically sort of lollipops where you can upload your own picture. But here we are experiencing the entire avatar. So I'm just going to walk, and I can walk through this experience. I can go wherever I want to go. And again, because we're in a 3D environment, so this is still 3D, I can walk up the stairs, you know, really cool, really engaging. Imagine that, you know, there are 10, 15, 20, 50 other people walking around here that I can actually connect with, or each one of these little stores in the department store actually has someone there, an avatar that I can speak to as if I'm actually there, right? Which is really, really nice. And I think I'll just move forward. I hope that it comes across well on the screen, that it's not too slow. So we see here, we got actually another avatar standing here, giving me a very kind bow. Now imagine, you know, being able to talk to that person directly, ask any questions, and, you know, still having all of those, you know, all the product tags, being able to click on it and provide all that information there. So now this particular thing, these full body avatars will be launched at the end of September. So it still takes about 2 months, all right, for this fully to be launched so that you guys can use it. But before you're using this, the first step is to build a virtual showroom, whether that is a captured version or in this case a 3D. If you want to use an avatar, it needs to be in this case a 3D version. So that is an important, you know, that's the first step. But, you know, you can think about this, of the possibilities that what you might be able to do in a couple months time. And I thought it was important to show you guys today where we eventually could go, you know, with your retail business. And there's not really one right answer. We really need to explore what works well for your business specifically. As I've shown you guys today, there are various things that you could do, and hopefully there are tons of other things that maybe popped up related to your business today, where you thought, hey guys, that actually works perfect for me. That's the way that we should go. Now, I'm just gonna go back here and stop sharing. Very good. I'll go back. Awesome. Okay. Now, I can imagine, you know, when you go to iStaging.com, you're like, okay, all of that stuff is cool that Stefan just showed me, but I'm not really sure how do I get started? What do I do? Which package? I see multiple packages. I'm not sure what's right for me. Just feel free to, if you can't really figure it out, feel free to reach out to us, and we're happy to make you a recommendation. All right, to say, okay, tell us what it is that you're trying to build, and we'll get you started. Now, if you remember just to give you an idea of the pricing, because I told you that it's not super expensive, even though we showed you a Louis Vuitton sample. Just to give you an idea, that second sample, the fashion showroom, the 3D showroom, you can actually get that started for just $20 a month. All right, that's it. It's that affordable. Now, that would be excluding the template, but the template you can purchase from MarketSpace. I hope that Phoebe actually sent that out. The link, you can explore a template there. You can see the prices there. Obviously, it would be a one-time fee. And then, the subscription fee of $20 a month is ongoing for as long as you want the showroom to be active. And then you can add all of the products in there and everything that I basically showed you today to make that immersive experience. So it's just to show you that it doesn't have to be expensive. It just, it can be really affordable, and it could be, you could start today, you could have your online store ready basically next week and increase engagement or increase sales and open up a new sales channel. So let me see, I've been talking for about 22 minutes already, so let me see if there are any questions for you guys. I can talk for forever, but let's not do that. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I see that Tristan asked if there's going to be a recording of the webinar. There will be, so it will be available tomorrow, sometime tomorrow. It'll be up on our YouTube channel, and while you're there, why don't you hit the subscribe button so you'll get notified of all the new uploads. I see here that Alan is asking, what is the first step if we want to create our 3D environment? All right. So very good question. So your 3D environment, okay, if you want to explore one of our templates, by the way, if you can build your own, that's great, and you can upload it. But assuming that you just want to go with the template, the first step is to go to icestaging.com and then choose MetaMaker. Maybe Phoebe can send the link, all right? And then there is the $20 plan, all right? That's the first thing. You get an account. Now, once you get an account, you're going to need a template. And in your account, you can actually go to templates and browse through MarketSpace. It's right there. Get your template. And once you get your template, that's when you can start editing directly. All right. And we offer a free training. We're happy to help you get started with editing and give you some tips along the way. But it's very simple. Number one is you get a subscription. All right. And number two is to get a template. All right. And once you get your template, you're off and you're good to go. And as soon as you subscribe, you will receive an email probably from me where we can actually, there you go. Phoebe just send it out. And we are happy to help you out with any questions you might have, because we know that maybe the very first time that you're into it, you're like, it might look a little daunting. We actually have a couple of other webinars, training webinars that we did a few months ago, and they're available. I'd be happy to send them to you, Alan, later on, about building your first metaverse scene. And it gives you some idea on how to get started there as well. And we have a short tutorial, so there's lots of material available that help you get going. So I hope that answers your question. Maybe it was a bit long-winded, but I hope it answers your question. Anything else that I can help you guys with? Any other questions? If not, all right, great, Alan. Thank you so much. If there are no other questions, then I want to thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate, you guys taking the time out of your busy schedule to listen to me today and to us at iStaging. Phoebe mentioned it. If you have any other questions, you can send an email to hello@icestaging.com, or at icestaging.com, you can actually go to the chat widget at the bottom, and feel free to ask any questions. Our team will get back to you. This was episode 3. Episode 4 is next week, next Thursday, same time. All right. And it will be about education. All right. So Also a really interesting one, I would say. If you haven't subscribed or if you haven't signed up for the whole series, do so, or sign up for that specific webinar. You'll receive another email probably about it. And thanks again for joining us today. I genuinely hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next week. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Thanks, guys. Cheers.